right, USA. Who still feel torn in this election, I'd like to suggest one way to think about this to help make a choice in 2008. Think about it this way. You're hiring someone to do a job, an important job, a job that relates to the safety of yourself and your family. Imagine that you have 2 job applications in your hand with the name and the party affiliations blocked out. They're both good and patriotic men with very different life experiences that have led them to this moment of shared history. You've got to make this decision, and you've got to make it right. And you have to decide, who am I going to hire? On the one hand, you've got a man who's dedicated his life to the service of the United States. He's been tested time and again by crisis. He has passed every test. Even his adversaries acknowledge. Democrats, Republicans, everyone acknowledges that John McCain is a true American hero. He loves America as we all do, but he has sacrificed for it as few do. As a young man, he joined the military, and being a Top Gun kind of guy, he became a fighter pilot. He was on a mission over Hanoi when his plane was shot down. He was tortured in a POW camp, but he refused his captor's offer of early release, because this is a man who believes in serving a cause greater than self-interest, and that cause is the United States of America. America comes first. He has proved his commitment with his blood. He came home a national hero. He had earned a life of peace and quiet. But he was called to public service again, running for Congress and then the United States Senate as a proud foot soldier in the Reagan Revolution. His principled independence never wavered. He stood up to special interests. He forced the fiscal discipline and ethics reform and a strong national defense. That's the one choice. That's the one man. On the other hand, you have a resume from a gifted man with an Ivy League education. He worked as a community organizer. What? He worked. I said, okay. Maybe this is the first problem on the resume. He worked as a community organizer. He immersed himself in Chicago machine politics. Then he ran for the state legislature, and he got elected. And nearly 130 times, he couldn't make a decision. He couldn't figure out whether to vote yes or no. It was too tough. He voted present. I didn't know about this vote present when I was mayor of New York City. Sarah Palin didn't have this vote present when she was mayor or governor. You don't get president. Doesn't work in an executive job. For President of the United States, it's not good enough to be present. You have to make a decision. A few years later, he ran for the U.S. Senate. He spent most of his time as a celebrity senator. No leadership, no legislation to really speak of. His rise is remarkable in its own right. It's the kind of thing that can happen only in America. But he's never run a city, he's never run a state, he's never run a business, he's never run a military unit, he's never had to lead people in crisis. President of the United States in at least the last 100 years. Not a personal attack, a statement of fact. Barack Obama has never led anything, nothing, nada. The choice in this election comes down to substance over style. John McCain has been tested, Barack Obama has not. Tough times require strong leadership, and this is no time for on-the-job training. We agree with Joe Biden. One time, when he said that, until he flip-flopped and changed his position. And yes, being president means being able to answer that call at 3 in the morning. And that's the one time we agree with Hillary. I bet you never thought Hillary could get an applause at this convention. She can be right. Well, no one can look at John McCain and say that he's not ready to be commander-in-chief. He is, he's ready, and we can trust him to deal with anything that nature throws our way, anything that terrorists do to us. This man has been tested over and over again, and we will be safe in his hands, and our children will be safe in his hands, and our country will be safe in the hands of John McCain. No